Hello all. So in this video I'm going to go through right from the start of the OJM whenever I got it as this piece of metal garden furniture, some might say. It had that weird spud on the back, and if anyone has any ideas what that would have driven in the old days, of course that's the machine end. The other end is the flywheel end. But I'm going to be stripping that down and putting new buckets on it and everything. At the start, I started off with the bean tins. Now, like I said at the start, this is going to take us right up until we had a good generator. So over the time, I knocked bits off and put bits on. And at the start, I used this hub, which had each coil individually wired. Oh, I learned from that not to do that again unless it's a really big unit. But my first gears were 1-to-1, and that big head sitting inside it, lifted it into the river with the buckets on and give it a go. This little bit sped up, so it looks like it's turning good out, but we're only getting 0.06 of a volt there, I believe. But even at this early stage I was happy because it was generating electricity. There's 0.6 of a volt. So then I rearranged the water, the way that the water came in, to capture the water in the buckets. But as you can see there, the bean tins aren't even getting a chance to fill. Now it did work well, and if you were stuck it would definitely generate electricity for you. The next thing I done was to use these pipes and to see how they went. They were too big, and what had to happen now, I had to raise the whole turbine up. But I went and built them, and I have build videos up of the cups, and that's it at normal running speed there. And then I had to start machining to get belts on, to fit belts. And in this I decided to change the cog on the back to a bigger sprocket for taking belts. It's a belt sprocket, I suppose you could say. But that gave me a lot more speed in my turbine. So I went and I got new bearings. I seen that the bearings were holding me back. They were just these beautiful brass bearings. I did have a time with gearboxes, but that didn't last long because I couldn't get the right ratio gear. So what I done was I fitted the washing machine motor. You'll see a pure one now in a minute. I fitted that to a motor, and all what I'm using this motor for is the bearings and its capability of easy fitting. So all that's already done, and all what I have to do is mount my stator to one side, and you can see the aluminium machined block there. That will take the hub, the rotor part will slide onto that, and that gives me perfect clearance. There's the magnetic hub on now, and that gives me perfect true clearance between the magnets and the coils, because whenever we start generating electricity, those coils are going to start pulling more. So there's the washing machine motor. That's what you'll see whenever you take the back of a washing machine motor. This one's aluminium. People are saying they're no good, don't use them, but I don't believe that, and I believe any electricity that we can generate is a bonus. So I have done experiments with the aluminium. They're not as good as the copper, but they definitely do generate electricity, so keep using them. So I put it all back together, and I used a big cog onto a small cog into the back of the motor there, which I said before I'm only using for the bearings and the shaft. This turned everything very well, but I still wasn't getting enough revolutions out of my hub here, even with the spin that's on the wheel. So another little bit of gearing is needed here. But I thought first of all I'd take it all away and I'd start getting it painted to make it look nice in the river. So I give it a beautiful coat of yellow and green, and the cogs all went red. Unfortunately, you'll see later on in the video what happened. That paint and all the effort that went into painting it, which didn't pay off at all. There's everything on the floor getting a blast of heat, and whenever I put it back together you can see it's much different now. So I've taken the torque off the front wheel with this little interaction with the pulleys, and what that does is that allows the wheel to spin up nice and fast without slowing down too much that it misses the bucket. So it takes the torque out of the wheel and allows the wheel to move, which I thought was going to happen. I'm still dealing with a little bit of 4-inch pipe here, and you can see here I need more buckets. I definitely need more buckets. But I was getting good enough turnings, RPMs on the wheel here, even though it's spinning very, very slow on the front. I'm getting enough RPMs on the back here to generate enough voltage to charge my 12-volt system. You seen there I was hit by frost one time. I had the hub off, but I put more buckets on, and I put them spades on the back of some of the buckets to see if they made a difference, and they made 0.5 of a volt overall difference having them on just some of them. So I think them little blades could add up to 1 volt altogether. And that's my full running system there, and it was running really good. I'm going to put more buckets in it later on. You'll see them come in, and you'll see the difference that makes as well. So I think I'm at the max on my buckets. You can see there ice all around it. So ice is a problem down here. I reduced the first pulley down to give me maximum speed on the front, and you can see here pulley tensioning was a big problem for me. So there it is with the extra 8 buckets in it, and that is a powerful machine now. Again, you can see the paint flaking off it there. So I have spent a long time redoing this, and it'll be out very soon. This is the last version that I used in the river, which had the bicycle on it. I love having the bicycle because you can change gear to suit your water level. So in the summertime the water drops down really low, and in the winter time the water goes really high. But to be honest, I keep it in top speed. From the front I think it looks very well with the alternator or the permanent magnet motor sitting where it is. You'll see it here. I think I like the A-frame of the bicycle and everything. This here was charging my 24-volt system in the winter, so I know it works. I know everything here works. So now I have it all taken apart, repainting it. I've got new stainless steel bearings to go in it, and a new hub, a new generator hub, which is currently running on the MOR. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and it took you from start to finish of the OJM turbine. Okay, don't forget to like, share and follow. Slán.